Committee on Transportation Infrastructure and Public Safety is going to come to order. We're going to have to start in a subcommittee because we don't have a quorum yet. Once we do establish a quorum, we'll do that in executive session. Senator Berger, we're going to start with you on Senate Bill 1409. Proceed when you're ready, Senator.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and member of the committee. For the record, Senator Jamie Berger, representing the 27th District. Thank you for the opportunity to present SB 1409, known as the Purple Alert Bill. Senate Bill 1409 establishes the Purple Alert System, a statewide program to locate missing individuals with developmental disabilities. It creates a rapid, specialized response to recover those who may wonder. When every minute counts, swift action can mean the difference between life and death. Shifting the focus from tragedy to rescue through greater public awareness and stronger coordination with law enforcement. Individuals with cognitive disabilities face unique and serious risks when they go missing. They may have a limited ability to communicate their name, address, or needs. They may not recognize danger or know how to ask for help. They may wander into traffic, extreme weather, unsafe environments, and trust the wrong people. So without a tailored response, the risk of severe injury or death increases rapidly. Currently, Missouri utilizes Amber Alerts for abducted or runaway children and Silver Alerts for missing seniors. But there is no specific alert system designated for individuals with cognitive disabilities. The Purple Alert fills this gap. The bill requires statewide protocols to be established to ensure alerts are issued swiftly through highway message boards, media outlets, and other public communication channels when time matters most. I know there are quite a few witnesses here who have some powerful stories, so I'll end my introduction here and let them have time to speak. Thank you again for this opportunity. At this point, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Senator. Questions for the sponsor? Seeing none. Anybody here to testify in favor of the bill? Go ahead and hop up here and make sure one at a time and fill out a witness form, please, for our records.
Good afternoon. My name is Danielle Rocha. I have compiled testimonies and House bills for each committee member. I'll just leave this up here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
so
distribute
you guys
those.
can grab them later. My facts sheet to my speech is also in there.
Okay.
I will be reading two speeches. One will be mine, and the second one will be for Hope, who is the mother of RJ. RJ's the little boy that we lost recently in Belton. Right. Good afternoon, Chairman Travis Fitzwater and committee. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Danielle Rocha, and I live in Cass County, residing in Peculiar, Missouri. I am here today to testify in support of Senate Bill 1409, which establishes a new special needs alert system called the Purple Alert. I am the one who brought this alert system proposal to Representative Sherry Gallick, who sponsored the Purple Alert through under House Bill 1840. I am honored to have Senator Jamie Berger sponsoring this legislation as well. I am the mother of two beautiful young boys named Kyrie and Cody. Kyrie and Cody are identical twins, both diagnosed with nonverbal autism. I have learned to navigate the autism world with my boys. It has come to my attention that there are no designated alert systems or adequate resources to help locate missing individuals with an intellectual disability in the state of Missouri. Both of my boys are drawn to bodies of open water and lack an understanding of dangerous situations such as street safety or stranger danger. Neither understand basic commands like stop or come here. If they were to ever elope from my care, they would be at high risk of injury or worse. I know firsthand the terror that strikes at even the thought of a loved one wandering off and going missing. This bill helps close the gap in Missouri's safety net for our most vulnerable citizens. In Cass County, we recently lost a young nonverbal autistic boy to elopement. He was reported missing around 2 p.m. but was not found until 10:30 p.m. He had drowned in a nearby pond. An Amber Alert was not issued because he was not considered a kidnapped person. The family had to rely solely on social media to alert the community of their missing child. This new alert system would enable critical information to be disseminated to the community immediately, resulting and quicker assembly of search parties and essential resources to prevent this tragedy from happening again. This new alert system will change lives by improving rapid communication efforts to find missing individuals, increasing safety in the community for those with disabilities, and saving countless lives by intervening in elopement cases immediately. While the Amber Alert is for children who have been abducted and the Silver Alert is for seniors, those with intellectual disabilities fall into an underserved segment and do not qualify for current alert systems. This new alert system would ensure that law enforcement and the public are notified immediately, using a system already proven to save lives. Additionally, Bill 1840 and Senate Bill 1409 includes vital crisis intervention team training to help law enforcement acquire the tools to de-escalate and assist individuals who are missing and at risk of harm into getting to safety. This isn't just a concern for families. It is a statistical emergency. There has steadily been an increase in autism diagnoses in recent years. In April 2025, the CDC announced a rise in autism diagnoses, increasing from 1 in 38 children to 1 in 31 children. That is a 3.2% increase since 2022. Children with autism, like my boys Kyrie and Cody, are at high risk of elopement than their average peers and 160 times more likely to drown while missing. Drowning accounts for 91% of all deaths following wandering incidents. About half of the children and youth with autism spectrum disorder were reported to wander. Of those children, 1 in 4 were missing long enough to cause concern and were most commonly in danger of drowning or traffic injury. While we often view wandering as a childhood behavior, adults with autism are at risk too. Nearly 22% of individuals with autism often retain a sensory-seeking attraction to water and lack danger awareness, posing a risk of drowning before recovery. In Missouri, there are thousands of miles of unmonitored shoreline, ponds, and rivers, making drowning while eloping a real threat to safe recovery. The new alert system would be more than just a notification. It is a life-saving intervention program for both youth and adults. For the reasons I have shared in my testimony, I urge the committee to vote do pass with amendments on Bill 1409. I ask that Senate mirrors House Bill 1840 amendments. An emergency clause has been applied against the House bill due to critical need for a new alert system. House Bill 1840 also amended the legislation to be called RJ's Law in memory of the little boy we recently lost in Cass County. This life-saving measure will protect our most vulnerable citizens and give their families peace of mind. Thank you for your time and service to this state. Now I'm going to hop over to Hope's speech.
Can I stop you for just 1 second?
Yes.
I apologize. We're going to get a quorum here. We're going to do our executive session because we have senators that have to come in and out. So I apologize. I hate to interrupt you, but if you don't mind just sticking there for a minute.
Okay.
Alyssa, call the roll.
Senator Spitzwater.
Here.
Schnelting. Brown. Gregory.
I'm here.
Shore. Washington. Weber.
Quorum being established, I move that we go into executive session. Having a second, all those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed no. The ayes have it. We are in executive session. I move that House Bill 1838 be brought before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed no. The ayes have it. The bill is before the committee. This bill is presented by Representative Kelly. It modifies provisions relating to motor vehicle safety inspections. Any discussion?
Yes.
Senator Schroer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sorry, this is the only copy I have. I'm going to submit. I'm going to pass it on to you. An amendment. It's ending in .03S. I won't close until everybody's had time to look this over. Essentially, what this does is just exempts St. Charles County from the emissions testing. I'll pass this down to you.
Okay. We will pass it around. Want to see that?
Mr. Chairman,
Senator Weber.
I'm a no on the bill anyway, so I won't be any extra no if his amendment's on or not. I'm a no either way, so.
Give me a softer no?
Double
Softer,
no.
louder? Okay.
Well, no. Okay. Senator, if you'd like to offer your amendment, would you like to move for the
Yeah, move
adoption
for
of
its
that
adoption.
amendment? Okay. So Senator Schroer has moved for the adoption of Senate Committee Amendment 1. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The amendment has been adopted. I now move that we roll that amendment. Any other amendments or any other discussion? I move that we roll that into take that amendment and roll it into a Senate committee substitute to be adopted. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. We've adopted the Senate committee substitute. I now move that we vote do pass Senate committee substitute for House Bill 1838. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Alyssa, I guess I need a second. Having a second, Alyssa, call the roll.
Senator Spitzwater.
Aye.
Schnelting. Brown. Gregory. Shore. Washington. Weber.
By your vote of 4-1, the motion carries. I now move that House Bill 1866 be brought before the committee. Having a second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is before the committee. This bill is presented by Representative Roberts. It modifies provisions relating to peace officer training and licensure. Any discussion on the bill? Hearing none, I move that we vote House Bill 1866 do pass. Do I have a second? Having a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, let's call the roll.
Senator Fitzwater.
Aye.
Schnelting. Brown. Gregory. Shore. Washington. Weber.
By a vote of 5-0, the motion carries. I now make a motion. I now make a motion to exit executive session. Having a second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We're out of executive session. We're going to go back to the hearing, and I'm gonna mention this because we have 5 bills before us, and we have less than an hour now to get through all of that stuff. So if you have written testimony, if you can provide us a copy, we'll distribute it to all the committee members. So we don't. Your testimony is very compelling, so happy to hear you read it. But we do have the other speech that you mentioned you're going to read.
Yeah.
If you can just kind of hit
It's
the
a
high.
lot shorter than mine.
If you can just hit kind of the high level points, that'd be great. But we also understand you've traveled a long way, so we want to give you deference as much as we can. We just
Yeah.
have a limited amount of time to get through 5 bills.
Okay.
And this bill, I would assume, is going to have broad support. I could be wrong about that, but I can't imagine you're going to have too much trouble on this one. Just
Well,
so you
thank
know.
you, everybody.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a lot. And you can go ahead and proceed when you're ready.
All right, so Hope's speech is, my name is Hope O'Keefe. I am the mother of RJ O'Keefe. RJ was 4 years old. On May 16th, 2025, my son went missing from our home in Belton. RJ has autism and was known to wander. Like many children with autism, he was drawn to water, and when they go missing, every second matters. When RJ went missing, the city of Belton showed up. Officers searched through the woods, they checked cameras, they did everything they could. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. Many people found out my son was missing because of a Facebook post. A Facebook post. In a world where we can send emergency alerts to every phone within seconds, my 4-year-old's child life depended on social media shares. There was no automatic alert system specifically for vulnerable children like RJ. No immediate notification to the public saying a 4-year-old autistic child is missing, he may be drawn to water, check your property, check your ponds. Instead, we relied on hope. Hope that someone would see a post, hope that someone would check their backyard, hope that someone would look. RJ was missing for nearly 8 hours. He was later found in a pond near our property. He had drowned. I cannot change what happened to my son, but you can change what happens next. An alert system for missing individuals with special needs similar to an Amber Alert would give families a fighting chance. It would give communities immediate information. It would give children precious minutes. The House has already strengthened this bill by including RJ's law to honor RJ. It has included an emergency clause so it can take effect immediately. We cannot keep losing vulnerable children because there is no system in place to act fast enough. I am asking you to vote yes, not just for policy, but for children like RJ, for vulnerable families, for the seconds that matter. Thank you.
Any questions for this witness? We will work with the sponsor to amend this if that is the direction he wants to go, and add an emergency clause if the committee agrees with us. So
Thank you.
take heart. We'll move that way.
And I did provide these 2 speeches and quite a few more testimonies in
Yeah.
that packet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else here to testify in favor of Senate Bill 1409? Go ahead and hop up. And please make sure you fill out a witness form. They're right here on the desk, and leave them for our records, please.
Hello, and thank you for allowing me to testify before you today. My name is Haley Rauer, and I'm a mom of 3 amazing, world-changing children. My oldest will introduce herself to you as she shows courage to be here before you today as well. Our support of Senate Bill 1409 is in honor of her younger brother and my only son. His name is Hudson. He has level 3 autism, is non-speaking, and uses an AAC device to communicate. He also lights up our world and has shown us just how beautiful a life can be, full of hand flapping, happy feet, and stopping dozens of times on our family walks to touch and examine everything we pass. With my first 2 children, Abigail and Evelyn, my biggest fear for them at Hudson's age was if they would make good friends with their peers. With Hudson, my fear is much different. My earth-shattering, panic-provoking fear is him eloping. Worse yet, eloping without his AAC device. He wouldn't be able to call for me. He wouldn't be able to tell someone where he lives. He wouldn't be able to tell someone that his family is searching for him and he needs help. He wouldn't have me to be his advocate. This fear is constant in our home. It lives in the background at every moment, every door, every outing, every transition. Children like Hudson are often drawn to things like water, traffic, or open spaces, and they do not have the ability to recognize life-threatening risks. If Hudson were to go missing, time would be everything. That is why creating a purple alert system matters so deeply to our family. A purple alert system would ensure immediate, widespread communication and a coordinated response when a person with a developmental disability is missing. It would also help equip law enforcement and first responders with the understanding they need to respond appropriately. Because children like Hudson may not answer when called, may not respond to their name, and may react differently in moments of fear or crisis. This bill recognizes that missing individuals with developmental disabilities face unique and urgent risks, and that they deserve the same level of rapid response and public awareness as other emergency alert systems. Hudson is a joyful, curious, and deeply loved little boy. He deserves to be safe. Supporting Bill 1409 is a critical step in protecting him and so many others like him across Missouri. I urge you to vote yes on Senate Bill 1409. Thank you for your time. And I can now pass it over to another one of Hudson's biggest advocates, who I'm so very proud of.
Does she want to just go ahead and come up, and you can sit next to Senator Berger right there. He'll get a microphone set up for you.
Hello, my name is Abigail and I'm 10 years old and I am here for my little brother Hudson. Hudson has autism and he can't speak with his voice. He doesn't understand danger the way other kids do. Sometimes kids like him wander off, and if Hudson got lost, he wouldn't be able to tell anyone who he is or how to get home. That's really scary for my family. The Purple Alert system would help find kids like Hudson faster and make sure people understand that this is an emergency. Hudson is so important to me, and I just want him to be safe. Please support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being so brave and coming to testify to our committee. Any questions for these witnesses? Seeing none. Thanks for your time. Thanks for being here. Anybody else here to testify in favor of the bill? Yeah, come on. And again, we have 4 more bills after this one, so, with about 40 minutes left.
Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, for the record, my name is Anthony T. Jackson. I am a captain with the Kansas City Fire Department, where I've served for over 32 years and continue to serve today. But I am also here as a grandfather to an 8-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl. Both of my grandkids have autism. In the fire service, we live by the golden hour, but when a child with autism wanders, that window is even tighter. This is not a runaway situation, it is a life safety emergency. These children are often drawn to high-risk areas, specifically open water and heavy traffic, and they may not respond when a stranger or even a first responder like myself calls their name. At KCFD, we are leaning into technology to solve this. We launch drones to scan tree lines and use thermal imaging to search dark fields. Those drones are massive force multiplier for my crews, but they cannot be everywhere at once. They cannot see through every roof, and they cannot check every neighbor's locked gate. The missing piece of the puzzle is the public. Missouri has the Amber Alert for abductions, but my grandkids do not fit that criteria. If they slip out the door, there's no kidnapper and no suspect vehicle to describe. There is only a ticking clock and a family in panic. A Purple Alert closes this dangerous gap in our state's safety net. It turns every Missourian with a smartphone or Android into a set of eyes for my department. It tells a neighbor to check the backyard pool right now. It tells a delivery driver to watch the shoulder on the road right now. In my 33 years on the job, I've seen far too many searches turn into recoveries because we didn't get the community involved fast enough. I'm asking you to pass this bill so that for my grandkids and every vulnerable family in Missouri, we can keep it a search and rescue. Do not wait for a tragedy to give us the tools we need. Please pass the Purple Alert. Thank you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions the committee might have.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions? Seeing none, thank you for your time. Anybody else here to testify in favor of the bill? Yeah, please.
Thank you. I'll be brief. I know you're trying to get out of here sometime today. Chairman, Vice Chair, and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Dr. Joy Sweeney. I serve as the Chief Executive Officer of Woodhaven, where we support over 200 individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities across central Missouri. I want to acknowledge the stories that shared here today already speak more compellingly than anything I have to add. But I'm here today in strong support of Senate Bill 1409. At Woodhaven, the safety of those we serve is our highest priority. Yet we know that there are moments, despite every safeguard, when an individual may wander or become separated from support. When that happens, the situation is urgent, and every single person that we employ is doing everything in their power to help protect them. Many individuals with developmental disabilities cannot communicate their names, where they live, or that they need help. Some may not recognize danger. Others may become fearful when approached by first responders they do not know. In those moments, as you've already heard, time is critical. Response must be informed. Senate Bill 1409 provides a clear and necessary solution. It creates a Purple Alert system to quickly mobilize the public. It supports law enforcement with tools and training needed to respond appropriately, and strengthens coordination across agencies so that no time is lost. This is not just about creating another alert system. It's about closing the gap, one that places some of the Missourians' most vulnerable populations at greater risk. We have taken steps as a state to protect children and seniors in similar situations. This bill ensures that individuals with developmental disabilities are afforded that same level of urgency and care. At its core, the legislation is about safety, dignity, and recognition that every life holds equal value, and that every person deserves to be found quickly, brought home safely, and every person matters. On behalf of those we serve and their families, I respectfully urge you to support Senate Bill 1409. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else here to testify in favor? Also, we need witness forms, so if you've testified, we need to make sure for our records that we know who's come up and testified.
Imagine you are in the grocery store and suddenly your child is gone. You call their name: Sadie, Elisa, Catherine, George, Danny, Chloe, Tristan, Kennedy, Brody, Brock, Landon, Henley, Lulu, Vinaya, Braden, and Brooklyn. No response. Your heart is racing, your palms sweat, panic sets in. You raise your voice in hopes your child will recognize you, but you're unable to locate them. Now imagine your child cannot respond with their name. They cannot tell someone their address, their parents' phone number, or even their parents' name. I bring that forward to you today because I want you to feel what it's like if your child went missing. What would happen? What would you do? What lengths would you go to ensure that your child was found? Parents like me that have children with autism, we don't have that luxury of them saying their name sometimes, or being able to say my name, or honestly stay on topic on some things. So that's why I'm asking you for your support in Senate Bill 1409. Thank you.
Any questions?
Sorry.
Seeing none. You're good. Thank you. Anybody else to testify in favor?
And members of the committee, Lynn Schlosser here today on behalf of Missouri Sheltered Workshops. We employ offer employment opportunities for over 5,000 Missouri adults with disabilities, and we'd like to go on record in support of the bill.
Thank you. Questions?
Thank you.
Seeing none. Thank you. Anybody else here to testify in favor?
Hello, Katie Gamble here on behalf of the Missouri Association of County Developmental Disability Service Boards. Want to go on record in support.
Great. Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none. Anybody else here to testify in favor? Come on up, sir.
Hello. I'm not going to read my paper just due to time. I just want to talk about connecting the dots here for a couple of key concepts for how easily this could be stood up and how necessary. Obviously, we hear all the testimony for how validated this program is. My name's Jonathan Packard. I have my oldest son, Lachlan, who has severe autism, level 3. He's nonverbal, except he does not communicate with an AAC device. He will not handwrite. He does have echolalia, so sometimes he will communicate with quotes from Disney movies. So that is a fun but difficult way to communicate. One of the key programs I was going to bring up was Missouri is instituting all these programs. We have the Blue Envelope program, which is more for driving and having kind of a safe interaction there when being pulled over. Most people with severe autism will never drive. But with that, there are some components in the state of Missouri, some police departments are using the Take Me Home program. So during the House committee, one of the questions was, how do we stand up more of a database or the technology side of this? The Take Me Home program is something that I know the city of Lee Summit uses, I know Clay County uses, and it basically is a database that holds a digital photograph relevant to the time period for the person it's a volunteer database, and it also gives law enforcement a way to search based off of characteristics of someone they come in contact with. So height, weight, race, hair, things of that nature to try to make a connection. My son has hyposensitivity. He has no really understanding of injury. So, for instance, he has an affinity to water, like most people on the autism spectrum. And keeping him from the water, I tore my arm. So I have 2 bolts in my shoulder. I have 1 bolt to my bicep. And it did everything in my power to try and keep him out of the water. He has eloped multiple times through Pleasant Hill, which is where we live out of Cass County. It just happened so quick, is all I'll say. Pleasant Hill School District, the elementary school, the primary school has 2 playgrounds. One is fenced in the front for kindergarten and preschool. The back one is not fenced in. There is a retention pond and 2 bigger ponds right past the tree line. My son can reach those in under 10 minutes from anywhere in the school. Every year we have to fight to make sure that even though the IEP recognizes it, we have to make sure everyone understands that he elopes. And it happens in a heartbeat. So no matter his size, I'm 6'3", 300 pounds. I wear a size 15 shoe. My son is tracking to be larger than me. As of right now, he's 6. He's about the size of a 12-year-old. Safety is the utmost in this program. So when they elope, keeping that to such a small envelope of how far they can get, we're not just talking about the safety of the person that's eloped. I mean, we're talking about the safety of law enforcement for any first responders trying to rescue and trying to bring that in. So I just strongly urge you, just from a parent that sees it from day to day, to please support this. I know it sounds like it's a pretty unanimous thing.
I don't know this one's going to have a lot of trouble.
Yeah. That's why I saved the giant speech. So,
any questions for this witness? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I could be wrong, but maybe not. Anybody else here testify in favor? Anybody for in opposition? Anybody for informational purposes only? That would conclude very, very quickly. Okay, great. Thank you. Everybody's gotten information packets. All right. Thank you, Senator. Any closing remarks? Great. Make sure you fill out witness forms for our records. Representative Knight, hop up here. We'll get to House Committee Substitute for House Bill 2774. Also, we're going to limit testimony. Everybody's testifying on these bills going forward. We're going to get 1 minute. Representative, you can take more time, but we just need to get through 4 more bills.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, member of the committee. Jeff Knight here to present House Committee Substitute for House Bill 2774. This just says the state or political subdivision cannot restrict the use or sale of any of their machines based on fuel source. With that, I'll take any questions.
Any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none.
Thank
Anybody
you.
here testify in favor of the bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the record, my name is Ryan Rowden, here on behalf of the American Petroleum Institute in support of House Bill 2774. House Bill 2774, which ensures Missourians have the choice to purchase new fueled powered equipment that best fits their needs. API supports technology-neutral policies that allow the development of all energy sources. By adopting House Bill 2774, Missourians would be supporting policies that allow all fuel sources used to power new equipment and to compete in the marketplace. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thank you. Questions? Seeing none. Anybody else here to testify in favor?
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Brent Hemphill. I'm here on behalf of the Missouri Soybean Association and the Missouri Propane Gas Association. I want to go on record in support of this legislation.
Thank you. Questions? Seeing none. Anybody else here to testify in favor?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Elena Fork. On behalf of the Missouri Corn Growers Association, we would also like to go on record in support of this legislation.
Great. Thank you. Questions? Seeing none. Anybody else to testify in support?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Mike Winter, I represent the Missouri Golf Alliance and Missouri Golf Association. The superintendents are a big part of our operations, and they wanted to be sure to go on record in support of the legislation.
Okay. Questions? Seeing none. Anybody else in favor?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Jackie Barget, registered lobbyist here on behalf of the Missouri Petroleum and Convenience Association. We would also like to go on record in support of the bill.
Great. Questions? Seeing none. Thank you. Anybody else in favor? Anybody in opposition? Anybody for informational purposes only?
Lisa Panett, Armorvine. We actually really like the bill, but we like it so much that we don't want to exempt Clayton, and we don't think that Clayton should be able to prohibit gas-powered leaf blowers. And I've had somebody that sat on that sustainability community group there, and it's really goofy, and that's one of the things that they like to do to tell people they can't do. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Added by a House member and committee, do with it what you may.
Okay. Okay. We may be discussing that. Any questions? Hearing none. Thank you. Anybody else for informational purposes? All right, that'll conclude the hearing. Thank you, Representative. We're going to go to Representative Voss. I'm going to keep my representative waiting the whole time because I like being in his presence. Sorry, Representative.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is John Voss. I'm here to present House Bill 1786. This bill simply raises the authorization limit for the Highway Patrol purchases on vehicles from $100,000 to $500,000. They have several specialty vehicles in their inventory that cost in excess of $100,000 but less than $500,000. One of them, unfortunately, is a Bearcat that had to be used in Christian County just 3 weeks ago in defense of some of the deputies that lost their lives. Many of these pieces of equipment also have a multiple-year lead time. anywhere from 1 to 2 years in lead time. And so depending on the time that they may need to have the General Assembly authorize a purchase, it could be 2.5 years depending on when this need comes forward. So this is common sense legislation just to give the Department of Public Safety and the Missouri State Highway Patrol additional purchasing power. It doesn't give them any additional monies, but it just authorizes them to go out and get the equipment that they need.
I'm pretty sure we heard a Senate version of this and voted it out already, so we've had some consideration here. Any questions for the representative? Seeing none, anybody testify in favor?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Lieutenant Alex Vivas, Missouri State Highway Patrol, Department of Public Safety, Chief of Staff, going on the record in support of this House bill, much needed. The representative said it well, which is increasing our authority spending from $100,000 to $500,000. Willing to take any questions.
Questions? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony. Anybody else here to testify in favor? Anybody in opposition? Anybody for informational purposes? That'll conclude the hearing. Thank you, Representative. Representative Kalberloh, you're up next on House Bill 2145.
Thank you, Senator and committee, for allowing me to present this today. Representative Jim Kalberloh, District 126, House Bill 2145. The law right now says, this is according to outdoor signage, the law right now says you can have a sign at your place of business, one at 750 feet either direction of that on the same side of the road. Sometimes in rural districts, it's just not feasible or it doesn't work very well to have those signs in that way. And my bill says if you own the land on the other side of the 2-lane highway, 4-lane highways are excluded on this, if you own the land on the other side of the highway, that you can put your sign on the other side of the highway. So pretty simple. There's just 3 things. You have to be the permit holder, the owner of the business, and the landowner for those 3 things. So,
my only question, Representative, is this going to help you sell any food, or
no? It's
you don't
not.
Need any help. Your fried chicken's the real deal.
And it's funny that my predecessor, Representative Love, started this bill, and there's just one of our constituents has a business, and there's a curve, and he can't get the sign there, and it just works for him. But it ought to be for anybody anywhere.
Yeah, we tend to agree, and I think Senator Crawford has a version of this.
She does.
That we have not heard yet this year, but I'm pretty sure we've heard it in the past. So. Any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none. Anybody here to testify in favor? Anybody in opposition? Anybody for informational purposes? That'll conclude it. Thank you, Representative.
Thank you.
All right, Representative Schulte, you're up. Good job being patient. You have 19 minutes. Make it. Shutting it down at 3:45, Representative. Proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Jim Schulte, District 49, and I want to thank you for saving the best for last. And this will be, as you probably heard on other times, this is a very simple bill. When Missouri passed the concealed carry law 20 plus years ago, the only way you could be a certified instructor was if you were certified by the National Rifle Association or if you were certified by a police agency as an instructor. Since that time, the field has grown. There is an organization called the United States Concealed Carry Association. They have a very robust instructor training program in their organization, and I'm asking that those instructors be added to the list of approved instructors for this concealed carry permits.
Thank you, Representative. And this got unanimous vote in the House. Is that correct, or it was very close to unanimous?
It went through committees unanimous and 148-0 on the House floor.
Okay. Questions for the sponsor? Seeing none. Thank you, Thank you, Representative. Anybody here to testify in favor of the bill? In opposition? For informational purposes. That'll conclude the hearing. Well done, Representative.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. And that'll conclude the hearing on public transportation infrastructure, public safety. I move that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.